Malik, people said that sometimes he will pop his head into the QB room and see you and some of the receivers there. How has that helped you guys kind of build a camaraderie ahead of week one when you have an entirely new quarterback?
I would say when you know what your quarterback is looking at in certain defense and certain reads and knowing how he's progressing, it kind of get a feel on how you want to run the route. It gives you some time to pre-plan on how you want to run a route, whether he's pressed off. So just trying to get that look, how they're looking at the defense, how they seeing it, where's Russ going in this coverage or something like that. So I know exactly, how I want to run this route. So just popping my head and getting some thoughts, just trying to figure out how he wants me to run the route or just the timing of the route.
With week one insight, how do you want to build off what you were able to do last year and year two? I
would say starting off strong, finishing strong. And just keep going, trying to keep my body as healthy as possible. I need to be on the field if we want to win a lot of games. So just trying to get the main thing and stay on the field.
Malik, how different is it for you heading into week one, year two, than it did your rookie year?
I would kind of say I'm less, anxious. I kind of was worried, about the first game, but I'm kind of dialed down. I did it already, so it's kind of just, I'm ready to just go show the world, just another year, just trying to build on last year and just keep on going.
I think sort of on that topic, do you have any advice for Abdul? He's making his first start as a highly touted draft pick. You were there a year ago. What do you tell him?
I wouldn't tell him nothing. To be honest, I'm that type of person, I don't want to hear people telling me about this and that. So, he knows exactly what he want to accomplish. I feel like, when I was a rookie and I had my thoughts, there was a lot of thoughts running through my head. So I can only imagine, he has the same thoughts, probably more. But I would probably just say dial down. The game is the game. You're going to play, 100 miles per hour. Just go make the plays when the plays is right there.
You got to see him a lot this summer. What do you think he's going to be like on Sunday?
I think he's going to show everybody why, we picked him at that high. He's going to show, all his athleticism, all his power moves and stuff like that. He's going to make some tackles. He's going to run down some people, so I'm excited to see it.
Can he keep up with Jaden?
Yeah. He definitely keep up with Jaden. He got some wheels on him. He ain't faster than me, and Jaden ain't faster than me, so I know he can keep up.
Malik, with talk about your experience, how do you want to come out of the gate? Division opponent, on the road, the way that you want to set the tone for yourself, as the number one receiver, but also the way you want to show how you lead this Giants team on offensive in the season.
I would say it starts now, like you said, division rival. We got to come out, get this win first. It adds to winning our division. So we have to take those guys serious. They didn't turn the program around. We building something great over here. So we got to go out there, can't mess around with them, just put them to bed early.
How do you want people to see you out of the game? How do you want to set the tone, your identity?
I would just try to say lead by example, lead my offense out there. I'm going to go as the offense goes, and the offense going to go as we go. So, I got to, continue to be that leader, be that another guy that, Russ can count on and make plays when the plays is there.
How much relief is it to be healthy and be able to go, given kind of managing the show stuff throughout the offseason?
Yeah, it's definitely a relief. I can focus on, more about, different routes, watching, clips of DBs, understanding how I want to get open, having that explosive, in this. So I can finally get to use it, this year and not look crazy on film after watching it and knowing, I was hurting. So kind of go out there, play 100%, run full speed, run even faster than I was last year. So, it's going to be exciting to see me out there.
What do you expect to see from Jaden?
I'll probably say the same thing, lead by example, lead his offense. It's all I know him to be. So he's going to still continue to make plays, he's going to run the ball, he's going to try to juke a lot of people, run away. But we got guys that's going to chase him down.
Malik, when you guys got together over the offseason, you and Jaden, did you guys talk about those two games? Did he let you have it, repeat it twice?
He did a couple times, but I was like, all right, enough is enough. I'm coming to get you.
What do you think when you see that I know you didn't play, and I know it's the preseason, but that the offense was able to score the way it was during the preseason after it was pretty much a challenge to score last year?
Yeah, it felt good to see those guys go out there, make plays. When the number was called, just me on the sideline, hearing the play calls, and me also, being that high IQ guy. I know, where the quarterback was going with the ball. I was pre-planning, some of Dart touchdowns, I was like, go here, and he was going there. So I was like, just me understanding the offense and stuff like that, just understanding, where the ball is going, who the ball is going to. I think it helps, it helps me. It helps me time out how I'm gonna run my routes. So it was very impressive to see those guys go out there and score that many points.
Is there anything different seeing Russ prepare for a game week as far as like his approach or anything like that?
I'll probably say it's different, but it's his plan. He has a unique plan on how he wants to start the game, how he wants to go into the game, and it's my job to try to get my routine down. So I'm taking lead into him. He helps me also, so I'm trying to get in his routine a little bit, trying to see how he warms up for the game, try to see if it helps me.
And for you guys as receivers, how does it help having that play? Somebody who's been doing this a while, like this is how I do game week. What does that do for you guys to prepare a little bit differently?
It gets us up. It gets us from trying to be cute going late to the game, stuff like that. So trying to get in that atmosphere early, trying to get your body prepared early. So when you go out there, you're not really cramping up, not really surprised about how fast we're going. So I'm just going as he goes, following behind him.
Obviously, Russ is the starter, but what growth did you see from Jaxson just over the course of that preseason and throughout these games?
Yeah, I mean, I came in here a couple of times, and he was, still continuing to learn the offense. He was talking to Theo, and I, butted in the conversation. He was pretty frustrated just about, the offense is complicated. The offense, a lot of going on, but I seen him, I talked to him about it. I was like, look, you're not gonna get it down in a week. Rome wasn't built in a year. It took a long time. So I told him that. I was just like, just day by day, just try to get better at something, try to learn something new. And I feel like it will help. It took me a little while to learn the offense. I still learn some, every day I come here. But, at the quarterback position is different. But I understand that. But I had to tell him, calm down with it. It's going to come. And once you got it, you can lead anybody, you can lead everybody and understand, where you want to go with the ball. We have a plan for everything, every coverage. So, it's pick your poison. And he knows that now. So it's crazy to see him going out there, taking pre-reps behind Russ, when the ball is snapped, understanding the plays. And, I'll go by him. Sometimes I pick with him. I'd be like, what you got on here, who's you throwing to, and stuff like that. Just trying to get him, pre-prepared for the game if he goes in, or, when it's his time to start, he understands what he want to do.
Dex, year 7. How are you feeling right before the trip to Landover? Week 1 is within sight. How are you feeling? Russ said that he saw you always out here putting in major work. How does that play out for you?
During this summer, I was dealing with the elbow, so I was I was watching the defense a lot, but I was doing a lot on the side, running and striking things and, getting back so I can be able to participate in practice. And I did that through the summer, and I'm feeling good now. I'm ready. I went outside and ran around a little bit, felt good, and it's week 1. We got to show up, and the guys are ready, I'm ready, and, we got to keep preparing.
There's a lot of hype around the defensive front. When you're going against a young quarterback like Jaden Daniels, who's a threat on the ground and in the air, how does that make it more of a challenge to get to him?
Yeah. He's a special talent for sure, and guys like him, you gotta up the middle. D line is gonna have to slow him down, and that's putting guys at his feet. Getting our hands up, the bat passes down. Containing him, not letting them drift out, and just being aggressive. Not slowing down the rushes, not slowing down your aggressive mindset. Still going to attack them and getting them. We just got to beat the guys up front first.
With a healthy defense, you guys a clean slate, going into week 1, especially against a division opponent. What do you want to establish about this Giants defense? How you want to be perceived this season?
Just our dominance on every play, the way we communicate on the field, the way we run to the ball, the way we tackle, the way we, do the simple things better. And I think that's the biggest thing that our growth has been so far in this camp, and I enjoying being a part of it. Is pushing me even more, just giving me a lot more, motivation, and a lot more just to see, the guys just show their love and care for the game, and it's been good.
Once again, the division is strong. But how do you feel just about it overall, that you guys have a tough schedule to start, you got your division opponents up front, but what makes you know you guys are ready for this challenge, and it's different than last year?
We got to go beat Washington. That's how I'm going to answer that one.
How has your mindset changed just year after year? Obviously, you mentioned year 7, from 2 to 4 to 6 to now 7. Is it the absolute same, or does the veteran leadership kind of change things a bit?
I try to approach every off season the same. You know, watching my tape, seeing what I need to improve on, and you know, learning my position more. And I think over the years I miss plays, and it itches me. It makes me upset, and I work in the off season to correct those things, and you know, I go out here and I improve, and that's the biggest thing I want to see in myself every day is this improvement, not settling for where I am right now. You know, there's no limit to where I can go, and I'm gonna keep proving it.
Dex, after your summer ramp up, do you feel like you're ready to handle your normal snap count?
You must ain't see me out there.
We don't let you. They don't let us today.
Exactly. No, I feel good, man. You know, it's been a ramp up, and honestly, it's the, you know, I didn't get the amount of reps that I was been getting, but the ramp up has helped me. You know, keep increasing plays here and there, seeing how I feel here and there, and you know, I feel good and I'm ready to go.
How have they brought it back? What have you changed because of the season?
Just showing up. Even the Rook today, you know, I told him he gave me a little motivation today. The way he came out ready to practice, and you know, the way he was working in Indy and then one-on-ones and things like that. And so it's just a good feeling to see. I like to see my guys win, and it motivates me to see them win too. So that's the biggest thing, and that's what keeps me going.
Carter beat you in one-on-one or something?
Who?
Are you talking about?
No. D.A. Darius Alexander. Yeah.